welcome back and Happy New Year from all of us here at Short Points. We are starting a new quarter and coming out of a study of James. So, when you look at the theme for this quarter, what is your first impression?
Another book.
Much bigger book though.
Yes. This quarter will be different. Most of the time in the previous lessons, we were able to look into a few verses in the lesson, or probably a paragraph or two. But now, in each and every lesson, we will look in a chapter or a few chapters. So the structure, the composition of our lessons will be different comparing to last quarter.
In a sense, for me, it's kind of a continuation of James. Yes, it's from a different era, different authors, but as a style, they have many things in common, and they're both very practical, full with down-to-earth advices. Maybe it's a good continuation.
But what can we say about the Proverbs? The Proverbs is a book of collection of the words of wise men. And what else, Nick?
It's about our daily life, about the things that influence us, about our values, the things that we do, and sometimes even for things that we don't think about.
Rarely explicitly mentioned in the text is the name of God. But godliness is put into working clothes, says Jacques Ducan, the writer of the lesson. So religion is brought down to earth, as Nick said. A book that confirms that the real spirituality is intertwined with the daily activities in our life, like eating, drinking, buying, selling, love, hate, at the market, at home. Sometimes our contemporary approach is to divide the spiritual from the daily life. And this is not what Proverbs is about.
The study is very relevant. As we read in the quarter, the book answers such questions as what and how should I teach my children? How can I be happy and successful? Why do I have money problems? How can I get a promotion in my job? How can I resist sexual temptation? How should I cope with my anger or my tongue? Who couldn't benefit from such a study?
Nick, I was struggling in my mind what really wisdom stands for and what is the definition for wisdom. Word mentioned hundreds of times in the book, but very difficult to define exactly what wisdom is. But we will see that it's about acknowledging God. It's about living in faith and obedience of God.
It's about wisdom, not about IQ. In the introduction from the author, the Proverbs are called brief, well-balanced, poetic, salty, and often humorous. What a way to express information. Proverbs are tied to folklore, and to fully grasp them, we need to be able to understand the culture and the nuances from the language. With Jacques Ducan being the author of the material, I expect a special treatment in this area.
Finally, Nick, the book of Proverbs is like a spiritual chat about our daily goings. And what should we expect? We should expect that we will submerge in this Jewish folklore so that we can understand the message through their culture. So let's move to the first lesson.